A bird is not an actual bird. A bird in golf is like...
I'm so glad we're recording already. Hopefully we are. What is a bird?
A birdie.
Like a birdie.
A birdie is like a perfect shot
That
straight to the hole.
Well, you said bird, bro. Like, what? But is that like also, because I don't play golf, I don't understand. Yeah, I'll get there. Hey everyone, welcome to your Real Estate Mate channel, because everybody needs a mate in real estate. As you can see, things change a little bit. We've got guests now, I'm getting noticed. So people are just requesting. No, I asked him to come on this podcast. I think this one is going to be geared to a lot of entrepreneurs who want to build businesses in Dubai, who are busy building businesses in Dubai. He's got a YouTube channel. You've probably seen this face before. And also real estate agents work with him. Big businesses work with him because he's a mastermind in marketing. So Nat, welcome, bro.
My pleasure. Happy to be here.
Marhaba.
Thank you. Shukran.
Yeah.
My pleasure to be here.
Hopefully on the next episode, I will talk a bit more Arabic.
Inshallah.
Okay.
By God willing.
I take it.
Inshallah.
I take it. Just a quick introduction, man. It'll be great for me to just get reacquainted with what you do, and for the audience as well, what you do for a living, and why you do it, and how it happened that you got onto this path in life. Take us back, I guess, to...
All right. My name is Sanad. I own Luxembourg Consistency. We do consulting. How it started really goes back to, I always say that every good story but COVID happens. Right? And my story is nothing different. It's the same as well. I was doing something that I was happy with, I was passionate by, and I had the promising career in. Yeah. And then COVID happened and, needed to switch. So, and then I got into this marketing and then lead generation, customer acquisitions, to eventually things evolved slowly over the years to what we do now. Right now, to keep it short, we build customer acquisition systems for businesses. Okay. We serve over 250 companies worldwide in many industries: citizenship by investment, healthcare, high-ticket finance, coaching businesses, consulting businesses, and notably real estate here in Dubai. Mostly they only know me for real estate, but we do a lot of other industries. But I think I'm a passionate, I'm a fanatic of real estate as well. And I talk a lot about it. So people just have that assumption that we only do real estate. And in Dubai, reality is we only do real estate. Yeah. That's the reality.
In Dubai, no one talks about anything else but real estate.
I mean, that's the hot topic, That's the hot topic.
I guess that's what social media feeds me, is just real estate. So as a broker, I'm like, this market is so saturated, which it is, but there's still opportunities to be yourself and be unique and stand out.
That's an interesting thing. Market saturation. It's people look at it from two different perspectives. It's either you want to look at it as a huge plus for you, or as something to be terrified from. You need to understand two different things. Is it a crowded market, or is it a competitive market? What kind of saturation? It has two aspects to it. It's either a crowded market, or it's a competitive market. A crowded market is probably the best market to get into, because to stand out, you can only do one thing. You can just take a step back, look at with a wider angle, with a wider lens on how the whole market operates, and it will be very easy for you to know what not to do, because it's a crowded market. When a market is crowded, quality is not the priority.
Oh, bang on.
Right? So it's very, very, very easy for you to stand out and know what not to do, and just do the opposite. And you're already there. Right? Yeah. But with a competitive market, it's completely different. With a competitive market, you need to compete on quality. You need to raise the standards. You need to compete on experience. And the rule applies across the board. Any industry, any country, any market, it doesn't matter where you are. The same rule applies. Here, the competition is high for a lot of industries. Hospitality, governmental services, finance services. The competition is high because they compete on quality. If you don't this is highly perceived in hospitality. You get the best of the best. But real estate, unfortunately, not. Marketing, unfortunately, not. It's not to be fair to the market as well. In marketing, in my industry, it is becoming competitive. 4 years ago when I came here, I dominated in real estate because I was doing it completely different. I came from London. We had high standards. We could not be the average, agency and just acquire market share. It's not possible. You need to focus extremely on experience. You need to take care of your clients. You need to provide top-notch service consistently. And you need to focus on communication and experience as well. It's not just close a deal, give some leads, and done. But here, that was the standard because people did not prioritize experience. People did not prioritize quality. And when I came here, I implemented the same things. And it was very strange for me to why people were taking those things as like bonuses to working with us, because reality is when we started, we were not the best. We were just learning the market. We had clients who came in, and unfortunately, reality is we learned on them. That's the reality.
I want to go back just slightly to the crowded market topic that we had. To step back is a hard thing to do for brokers in a very crowded market where everyone's chasing to eat. It's really hard for an agent who doesn't have that 20/20 vision or doesn't have that understanding or leadership to really stand back and analyze, because you constantly feel like you need to be in the race, and if you step back, then you're out of the race and you're missing out. So if you're not creating, you're not progressing. So I've got a hat that says, "Don't confuse movement for progress."
True. That cannot be further from the truth. Look, taking a step back in whatever you do is an important step.
Like introspection.
For your perspective.
Perspective.
You can only take the right... it doesn't matter what you do if you're doing the wrong thing.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter then.
Even if you work 12 hours a day, even if you work 14 hours a day as a broker, if you do 1,000 cold call a day, if you don't work on tonality, if you don't improve your tonality, and if you don't ask the right questions, and if you don't improve your cold calling skills, and you don't take a step back and analyze, you're just like a donkey. You're working, and that's it. Movement, that's not progress.
Yeah.
Anything you do in life, whether it's tennis, whether it's golf, whether it's cold calling, whether it's business, at one point you need to take a step back, even if it slows you down, which it doesn't. A step back can make you take 4 steps forward sooner than that guy who's consistently on the run, because a feedback loop is as important as any other aspect of your success.
Right.
You have your success equation, and then you know what needs to happen, all right? And then you know what you need to do. Because let's be honest, whatever you do, we all deep down know what needs to be done. But we don't do it, or we do it because we're confused, because our brain is just so caught up in the day-to-day that you don't take a step back to reflect, to self-reflect, to know what you did wrong, to know what you did good, to know how you
It's not about survival, it's about growth.
It's about growth. It is about growth. And the problem with survival is that, if you think, even if you look at from the dawn of mankind, if you look at history as well, when humans were in survival mode, progress was very, 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 the progress, progress rate was very narrow.
Stagnated.
It stagnated. We were very primitive for a very, 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 very long time as humans. We only made progress in the last 100, 200 years. We were very, very primitive for a long, long, long period of time.
And they say like in the last 20 years, we've seen more progress than we have seen in 1,000.
True.
Just in like 10, 20 years, something like that.
Because we learned how to take a step back.
Because we learned,
but at least the decision makers.
Yeah.
I mean, me and you were just
the guys who move the
small pawns on a chessboard, But taking a step back, self-reflecting. Listen, people who make the decisions are data analysts. They're not execution people. People who take the decisions, who give the strategies, who give the roadmaps on how a civilization and humanity should move forward are never execution people, are never in the rabbit hole, are never in, the nitty-gritty of the day-to-day. They are always just analyzing. They are laying back down and looking at the board and analyzing data.
Like, I think that's the guy's name in Boiler Room that saw the Big Short.
The Big Short.
The Big Short.
Yeah, you look
He's
at that
like,
guy.
That's going to go wrong. That's going to go wrong.
Because he reads data. He takes a step back.
Yeah.
And that's, thank you for bringing that up, because that's a pure representation of what we do. When you take a step back and analyze, and you're not in your environment will judge you for that, because you are not in the race anymore with them. From their perspective, being on the run is progress. On to the next thing, and on to the next thing is progress. But the reality is, if you don't take a step back, you cannot analyze. You cannot understand if you are doing X, Y, Z and you're achieving Y, all right? How can I do X, Y, and how can I do less effort and achieve the same thing? That's what analyzing and taking a step back allows you to do. It allows you to cut the not necessary actions.
Yeah. I can see that in my business as well, because we spoke about cold calling, and that's something that is very important, because you need to build a client base in the beginning, but it can't be the only thing that you're doing. And I think there's a lack in leadership, or leadership doesn't know how to do the opposite. I think when somebody starts in a real estate company, here's data, call this data, get listings, and then you'll get leads, which is one thing, and you can do that, and that works from time to time, but you can't really scale that. You can't really build a business off of that. So I think in the beginning, get to a few deals as quick as possible that way, build sort of a slight financial cushion and relationships with those landlords and sellers, and then go on to what I moved on to is YouTube. Now, the way that you speak and the way that you answer questions and the business that you do in real estate for real estate brokers, do you find yourself coaching people a lot of time when they say, look, we want to use your service, and then you go in and you analyze their business, I believe. Do they completely comprehend what is needed to be successful through the channel that they want to use, which is you? Or do you find yourself then as a consultant being a coach and saying, like, listen, outside of what I'm going to provide you is supported by X, Y, Z. You don't have that. This is what you need to do. Do you find yourself in that position as well? Or is that part of consultancy for you?
I think this is one of the reasons why we rebranded.
Okay.
To be able, because we've been doing what we are doing right now for almost a year and a half unofficially. But then I said, like, all right, the market is telling me that this is what needs to happen. This is how you will be able to serve your clients better. Before, we used to just a marketing, advertising agency. We do ads, come to us. We don't care what you have in the back end. It's none of our business. We will expect you to know your stuff in the back end, and we just manage the front end. So come to us, we will XYZ projects, XYZ markets, create you the product market fit, shoot you the ads, launch, manage, and help you scale. That's it. But then it's easier said than done. Most people don't know what they are doing.
Your leads are shit. Your leads are shit.
Yeah,
you can't
most
close any
people
deals
don't-
from your leads. Like, we're not going to use you anymore.
Yeah, most people don't have right infrastructures in the back end. They don't have the right CRMs. They don't have the right structure. They don't have the right SOPs for their people to follow. They don't have the right department structure. Their departments do not communicate. We worked with big companies on consulting deals where they would have like 13, 15 people in the marketing department,
Sure.
but no one talks with the other person. So the marketing is a chain. It's a funnel. The first touch point that a lead gets from you, whether it's an ad, whether it's a video, whatever it is, the first time they see you, The next thing that happens is they learn a bit more about you, and then they are getting convinced, and then they take an action, and then they book a call, and then they do a meeting, and then a sales proposal is sent to them, and then you put them through a sales process, and then they are closed, and then you cross-sell them things, and then you do service delivery. This is what a customer acquisition system is. This is a client, briefly, I mean, from a general perspective, what the customer journey is. But most brokers do not train their agents to understand this. No. They think it's lead,
get the leads, close the deal.
Yeah, that's what they think. Yeah. But who's to blame here? So it's either you say the real estate market in Dubai is completely shit and I don't want to do business with them. And you move on. And there is a lot of money to be made in any other industry. But that's an opportunity for the few good people who will understand it. Because that's a crowded market, that's an immature market. And the interesting thing with immature markets is that you will be able to provide a lot more value and you will be able to charge way more if you provide them with a holistic solution. And this is what we try to do. We've been doing it unofficially for 1.5 years, but now that's sort of the whole company. We will come in, we will understand the back end as well, we will help you. But reality is, even if it's easier said than done for a lot of people, but most people don't have the financial because it's expensive to build a proper company. It's expensive to build SOPs. It's expensive to build structure. And it takes time. And most people don't have the time and don't have the money. So most people don't qualify for it anyways. But the problem is that you need to start. If not starting it now does not make it easier 3 months in the future. So
best time to plant a tree was yesterday, type of thing. Like just
the best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. The next best time is today. Right. So the thing about it is that also it all comes down to expectations, because if you really think about the cycle of a real estate company, who started that real estate company? It's probably an agent who's been in the market for 1, 2, 3, 4 years, whatever, few big deals, decided I'm not going to split my commission. Because if we are being honest, and I think we can both agree that there are amazing companies in Dubai, amazing real estate companies in Dubai, that they have structure. One of the best companies that I cherish, I have the utmost respect to, is Macomb Properties.
Okay.
We did a lot of business together. We closed a lot of deals together. They were one of... I've been doing this for 4 years. They are the best clients we ever worked with.
Right.
They know what they are doing.
Sam,
they have Sam, Ghazi as well, Yasir.
Oh, yes,
So both of them, good gentlemen. They know what they are doing, and they trust the process, and they know that it's all about structure and it's all about product market fit, and things takes time, and they know how to do things, and they have proper structure. You just they hold themselves to the end of the bargain, and they know how to do business. That's long story short. The thing about most real estate companies is that they come with the wrong expectations, because first of all, an average real estate company, to do it properly, you will probably break even after 1.5 years. So there is money to be lost, and that's the cost of opportunity.
We don't want to hear that, man.
No one wants to hear that, and no one wants to acknowledge that, even though they start the business and they understand it. So they start the business, and reality is probably one person told them about that. Look, like real estate it's not easy. Starting your own company is not easy. I know agents from, let's say, one of the biggest agencies, all right? And this guy makes a minimum of 10 million a year in commissions. Like one of the top dogs.
Okay.
And this guy can start the biggest agency in the market. He can have the fanciest office ever.
Yeah.
But he's an agent because he understands his X, Y, and Z. He understands his coordinates, and he understands his risk tolerance and risk margin. Why would I go start an agency if I can make twice the money as an agent?
Do you think it's still a good thing to do?
To start a real estate
company?
No, not in this market. No, don't start a real estate company. Don't. If you are an agent, go work as an agent. If you want to start a company, go start a company. Don't hire anyone. If you want, because
freelance rather than start a company.
Reality is majority of these agents who start companies, they don't want to start companies because they have entrepreneurial aspirations. They just don't want to pay the company commission.
Yeah,
that's
the motivation behind it. Yeah,
I mean, let's be honest. That's the reality of, or at least initially, and then maybe they get into entrepreneurship and they want to scale. They want to build a team. They want to do this, and maybe the intentions get better over time.
Yeah,
but initially, they just don't want to pay the company commission. And I've met endless people, bro. Endless people. I have at least 10 people reach out to me on Instagram every week.
Wow.
Same situation, most of them. And when you think about it, is that person equipped with the right skill set and mindset to operate a company? No. What they will go to do is open an office, bring in some of their friends, and then they will give them or hire random people early stage, because if an experienced agent will not come to work with you, like, who are you?
Yeah.
And then they will train them as how they were trained, granted that they actually know how to train people. And then what they will do is that they will start sending these people to sales offices for briefings, whatever, while they have no understanding of what Dubai is, how Dubai functions, the difference between the districts, the upcoming districts, why to invest there and why to invest here, the difference between the dynamics of the market on top of Al Khair Road and on the bottom of Al Khair Road, and how Dubai is structured, and what's the vision of 2040, and how what you would be surprised how many agents. You would be surprised how many agents don't even know why the escrow account was even invented.
No, man. Yeah.
But here's a good thing: you can change that.
You can change.
You can change that.
You can change.
So it is challenging.
Let's talk about leads. We get leads, right? Or that's one thing that people always want from a company is leads. Then the lead comes, the lead doesn't buy, the lead never gets contacted again. You just want new leads all the time. What's the solution for that?
I will tell you.
I think that
go on.
Yeah, I think that we have a lot of business that's in our database. I can't call it a CRM, it's in our database. And they're probably closing somewhere.
Yeah.
We just don't know about them because we're constantly thinking, but the next one is the best one.
I will tell you one thing. I had this discussion with John in John from Espace. All right. And we seem that we both agree on this. All the agents that are very, very, very concerned about new leads coming in. I want the new lead. I want leads every day. They don't get how the system works. They don't get it. And it's very sad, because the worst thing you can ask for as a new agent is new leads.
Yeah.
You should actually go burn through the old leads.
Yeah.
Because how does the cycle of a social media leads work? So you get a lead. You need to understand the 3 types of leads online. That is the problem-aware, solution-aware lead.
Yeah.
This lead is, the top quality. That lead who you would call and next day they close.
3% of the market or something?
Very, very rare.
Yeah,
very rare. Look, economically speaking, you will always find a 3% contingent at any given time, at any given market, ready to buy.
Yeah.
Right? In Dubai, because of the high competition and the density of the market, that percentage goes lower.
Okay.
But here's the thing. You also find those leads in your CRM where you call, I bought yesterday. I bought last week.
Kill me.
So
it happened to me.
A lot of factors as well. So speed is a factor in it as well.
Speed to the lead.
Speed to the lead, exactly. Exactly. So the second type of leads, you rarely get those leads.
Yeah, because they've got a relationship with someone already. They've been talking. I've had people who's ready to buy reach out to me just to really confirm if what they're, without saying, I just want to confirm what I'm going to buy with someone else. They just ask you for advice as well. And then they actually were ready. And then I call them the next day. Then, we bought that. Then I'm furious. But because I didn't build rapport, because I wanted to close the deal too quickly and didn't get to understand who they've been speaking to, why that project, They closed because they were already that top tier percentage. They were there. And then the next one is the 20% type of buyer.
If you have the second type of leads is the window shoppers, basically. These people are problem aware, not solution aware.
Are they a waste of time?
Not really. Those are the majority of your market. Those are the leads where you need to build the most rapport. Those are the leads that you should focus on. The second, because if we establish that you cannot build a business and scale it on the first type of lead, the ready-to-buy client, because it's very hard to get them. So if it's very hard to get them, what does that mean? From a marketing perspective, that's not a scalable system.
Not at all.
So you cannot build a company on it.
No.
But the majority of your market share will be in the second tier. Problem aware, not solution aware. The thing here is that because on your business card, you're called a consultant, you're called a property consultant, investment consultant. It's your job to consult them and push them through to get to the first tier, problem aware, solution aware. That the gap between a problem aware, not solution aware, and a problem aware, solution aware, ready to buy client is a knowledge gap. It's only a knowledge gap. And again, there is also coming down to knowledge. You can branch it down into trust, confidence, likeliness, and how confident they are in you. But it's all how you communicate. It's all communication skills. I can make you trust me and buy from me, even if you are aware of a million other service providers because of the way I communicate to you, of the way how I assure you that things will go right, and how I can tailor-made my offer to please what you want to hear, basically, right? So communication skills is a big part of it, and that's what most agents lack. They lack the communication skills. They lack the salesmanship skills.
And to build that, you need to be around people that have it. So for me, like when I'm not around people who aren't on the phone or can't close deals, then I start sounding like them. But then I spend time with other people who sound like savages over the phone, not cold calling, speaking to clients, and getting them down the track to make that decision, because it's going to serve them. Because if the clients don't make a decision, it doesn't serve them or the broker. Then I start sounding like them, and that vernacular that you start using is influencing the buyer's decision in a positive way for them to realize what you are putting in front of them is what they need, is going to solve that solution or that problem. Sorry.
The communication conundrum in Dubai real estate, I talk about this in my course as well. It all comes down to not only training, but also, like I will, whenever we talk about problems, I will say the word expectations a lot, because it all comes down to expectation.
100%.
100%. Most of these agents, first of all, they are being trained. I've witnessed some developer sales trainings. They're not training salespeople. They are training bullies, bulldogs. That's it. They just throw them in the market.
I've been bullied before.
Yeah. So that's not sales. Don't tell me that's sales. Your loyalty is not in sales. Your loyalty is to the customer. In real estate, unfortunately, the way it's being done and conducted here, the agent loyalty is never to the customer. It's to the product. It's to the developer. When you think about it, 2 years ago, 3 years ago, it was a buyer market. Now it's a seller market. Look at the market now and compare it to, I'm not sure if you have been around, but compare it to 2020, 2021. Back in the days, we used to do campaigns with developers, any developer. They would have a post-handover payment plan. And they would have a 4% DLD waiver. And they will have a 2% DLD waiver. And they will have like payment plans that are extremely, extremely flexible. And then they will have, these
various incentives.
Incentives, because, and they were going after the agents, offering higher commissions as well. It's not only incentives to the clients, but incentives to the agents so they can acquire their markets. Now, look at the market now. None of that exists. And if you take a client, I was literally with a client, with a guy yesterday, we were having dinner, and he was telling me a story that happened to him with one of the biggest developers. And he had a client who wants to buy a full floor in one of their lunches, 49 million deal. They were conducting the sales meeting in their office, and they just didn't care. They didn't care. Like this, they didn't even, like the sales director or manager from the developer didn't even know how many 1 bedrooms in the floor or how many 2 bedrooms in the floor. And he was bothered, and he just sounded like he doesn't want to be there. And the guy, like, he was like, if you don't know what you're selling me, why are you here?
Yeah, why?
And he said, look, this is what it is. You want to buy, you don't want to buy, a million other. He literally, I mean, based on what he told me, he literally said that.
Wow.
10 other people want to buy. You want to buy now. Otherwise, don't waste my time. So you look at this and you need to wonder. This is why it's important to take a step back. You need to wonder as an agent, should my loyalty be to this type of developers? Should my loyalty be to the market or to my customer? Because the market will always fluctuate. It's always in a cycle. Buyer market, seller market, buyer market, seller market.
Yeah.
Prices go down, prices go up. And the thing that you need to understand is that if your loyalty is to the product, you will never be able to build a sustainable real estate business.
No,
you will always be on to the next deal, on to the next deal, because most of your clients will not buy from you again.
They won't.
Most of your clients will.
That's hard, man. You make it hard for yourself.
You make it hard for yourself because you're short-sighted.
It's short-sighted, completely. We've got to wrap it up. I've got to go to Ryan Serhan's event.
Today? Is it today?
Yeah, it's in the
with FAM, right?
Coca-Cola Arena for Russell Masadi and
interesting.
And Serhan.
Good stuff.
You can see I've been inspired. Some people think I've dyed my hair to be more like Ryan Serhan.
So this is not you.
No, it is natural.
Really?
It is natural.
Okay, cool.
100%.
You know, in Arabic we have a say that goes like, if you
say it in Arabic and then.
So in Arabic we sheeb waqar. Sheeb, which is like how your hair is, it's all because of wisdom. You know, the more wise you become.
Sheeb waqar.
Sheeb waqar, yes. Sheeb waqar. Yeah, wisdom.
Me. Sheeb waqar. Me, sheeb waqar.
Yeah. If someone tells you why you look like a 70-year-old, you tell them like it's wisdom.
Do I?
No, you don't. I'm kidding.
Thanks, bro. Well, this was good.
Amazing.
I mean, we can sit for longer and talk more. There's so many aspects to what you do and the problems you solve. And that's why I reached out to you the other day, because I potentially want to do something with you. Just enjoy spending time with you. You're always so inspirational. It's always good. It's aspirational as well, what you're growing and how you're influencing people, not just in business, but spiritually as well. So I just want to encourage you to keep doing that, because people are watching. Although no one will tell you, hey, I'm watching, thank you, and just give you kudos. I want to give you roses, because you're doing a really good job, and it means a lot to a lot of people, I believe.
Inshallah.
Yeah.
Just trying to be righteous. That's it.
I love that about you, man. Truly.
My pleasure.
Nice one.